Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about HTTPS and how it works. So as you all know, when a browser or a client requests some web page from the server, a connection is made between client and server. This connection first completes with TCP connection with TCP handshake and then with HTTPS handshake if it is a secured connection. By secured connection I mean when you access a website, you see a green padlock on the URL bar next to the address of the website. If that padlock is green and the URL has HTTPS in it, that means the connection is secure to that website. Now, what does that mean and how does that happen? We are going to learn in this video. So if you haven't watched my video on the TCP handshake, here you can watch it, TCP three-way handshake on our channel AppyChip. So for now I'm going to skip TCP handshake and we will continue after that. So every connection requires TCP handshake and after that this HTTPS connection or HTTPS handshake process goes on. So before exchanging any data, trust is established between the server and the client. This establishing of trust is known as SSL handshake or TLS handshake. Now a question comes, why HTTPS is required? What purpose does it solve? So the very first thing is it provides you privacy. What does that mean? So whenever you send data over the network, it should be encrypted. Privacy should be maintained. So the data you are sending to the server and the response you are getting from the server should be encrypted so that nobody on the network can see your messages. The second thing it should solve is integrity. By integrity, we mean that nobody over the network should be able to manipulate the message. The message should be intact and the receiver or the sender should receive the exact message which was sent. Third thing is identification. By identification we mean if we are talking to a website, say xyz.com, so the server we are connecting to should be the authenticative server of xyz.com. So it should not be a server which is trying to be xyz.com or try to fake xyz.com. So the sender should be known. To achieve all these, we need to achieve encryption. To achieve encryption, there are two algorithms or the two ways which we can follow. One is symmetric and asymmetric. In symmetric, there is only one key which is used to encrypt and decrypt the data. So there will be only one key which will be responsible for encrypting and decrypting the data, and the server and the client should have those keys. Now the issue with this symmetric key is it is hard to share. It means that the server and the client should always have this key to encrypt and decrypt the message. In asymmetric, there are two keys. One is public, which is shared, and another one is private key. So the private key is not shared with anyone and the public key is shared with everyone. In this case what happens is the client receives public key and the client encrypt the messages using the public key and server decrypt the message using its private key. So only the private key paired with that public key can only decrypt the message which is encrypted by its public key. So these are the two encryption which you can use. Now the question comes, which encryption does HTTPS use? So to answer this question, it not only use symmetric or asymmetric, it use both of them to achieve the HTTPS secure connection. How does it achieve it? We are going to see now. So we are going to discuss the RSA key exchange algorithm. So RSA key exchange algorithm is based on the name of the scientist who discovered this. So here is your client or the browser and here is your server. Now we are going to see how the communication is going to happen between these and how they are going to do TLS handshake. So the very first thing which happens is the client tries to open a web page, say xyz.com, and it sends a message client hello with the following information. So whatever TLS version available on the browser is being sent, also the cipher suit and the client random secret. All the cipher means whatever the algorithm it can use for encryption and whatever the TLS version available with it, and it sends a random secret which is client random secret. The server receives it, and what server is going to do is it is going to send back another message which will be server hello message, and it will choose one of the best TLS version available here. It also chooses one of the cipher suite which is available here in the server, and apart from this it is going to send server random secret and its certificate and the public key. Now the question is, from where does this certificate and public key is obtained? So there are certificate authorities like GoDaddy, DigiCert, etc. Which distributes these certificates based on your domain, and you install them on your server. So the client receives these things, these details, and it checks certificate whether it is a trusted one. So it is going to check if the certificate authority is listed in it or not. And what it does, it generates a pre-master key. So the client generates a pre-master key which will be used to generate a session key which will be ultimately used to encrypt further communication. So the client has generated the pre-master key and encrypted it with the public key which it has received. So with help of public key, it has encrypted pre-master key and send it to the server. Now the server decrypt the pre-master key using the private key. So the server has the private key and the public key. So the public key is being shared with the client, and the client generates a pre-master key and encrypt it and send it to server. The server decrypt the pre-master key using its private key. So as you can see here, public and private key are being used, so which means asymmetric encryption is being happening. Since at till this point of time, both the client and the server have three things. The server has client random secret, server random secret, and the pre-master key. So it has three things, and similarly here the client also have the client random secret, the server random secret, and the pre-master key. Using these three, client and server is going to generate a session key. Here also they are going to generate the session key. So at this point both of them have the session keys, and these are the same key since they are generated using the same inputs, that is CRS, SRS, and pre-master key. Now since both of them have the session key, they can encrypt a message and send it to each other that they are ready by encrypting it with the session key. And similarly the server also sends the message encrypting with session key saying that it is also ready. Now both of them can decrypt the messages using the session keys, and as you can see that both of them are using the same session key, which means we are using symmetric encryption here. So to answer the question, this TLS handshake uses both symmetric and asymmetric encryption. So when this complete TLS handshake has been done, now further communication happens and all the data being passed to each other are encrypted using this session keys. So this is all about how HTTPS work. There is one more key exchange algorithm, that is Diffie-Hellman algorithm, which we are going to discuss in our next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Keep learning, keep sharing. Thanks for watching.